Good evening. You're watching Primetime Weekend News. We're coming to you live and direct from the News First studios. We have a comprehensive lineup, but first a look at the headline-making stories tonight. Final report over the Katnayake incident handed over to the President. Oil drilling in the Mannar Basin commences. Opposition leader says that what needs to be done is to chase the government and not to remove low-income families from shanties. A US helicopter crashes in eastern Afghanistan, killing 31 US special forces. And now first look at the stories in detail. The final report on the incident that took place at the Katnayake Free Trade Zone was handed over to the President.
The report was handed over to the President by former High Court Judge Mahanama Tilakaratne at Temple Trees. Meanwhile, an almsgiving was organised at the residence of late Foreign Minister Lakshman Kadirgamak today. Incidentally, President Mahinda Rajapaksa also arrived at the residence this morning. The President engaged in a cordial discussion with the wife of Kadirgamak and also visited the location where the late Foreign Minister was assassinated.
Opposition leader Ranil Wickremesinghe says that what needs to be done is not chasing the low-income earners from their thatched houses, but chasing the government away.
A group of low-income earners handed over a letter to the opposition leader today stating that all the thatched houses in the Colombo city are being removed. After discussing about the housing problem, the opposition leader expressed these views.
Ada patitadaragattu janatawata niwasaitiyat naha, chandaitiyat naha.
The people who tighten their belts don't have the right for their houses and no voting right. KP, who waged war against us, now has a house. He also has good clothes. If the government is ready to build flats for low-income earners in the Colombo city and to discuss with parliamentarians who represent them, then let's get together and work on it. Under the Mahinda Chintana, the houses of low-income earners are being put down and these are being built. What should we do? If the government is not listening to this, we have to take legal action and also protest to gain protection on an international level. Are they doing this to chase away those who try to earn a living with their own efforts? We will not let this happen. Then we need to chase away the government that does this.
අපි ඒක ඉර දෙන්න බෑ. එහෙනම් ඒක කරන ආණ්ඩුව අපි පන්නන්න ඕන කියලා මම මෙතන විශේෂයෙන්ම කියනවා.
ඉතින් මේක නිවාස අහිමි කිරීමේ වැඩපිළිවෙලක් විතරක් නෙමෙයි.
There is evidence to say that apart from this program of putting down houses, there is also a program to take away the voting right of innocent people who live in the Colombo city. Here I have the list of the houses that were put down. We tell the government to immediately put a stop to the putting down of houses.
වහම නතර කරන්න කියලා අපි රජයට කියනවා.
Well, the United States says that it did not reach any agreement with Sri Lanka to provide assistance on nuclear technology. This was announced by the US Embassy in Colombo in response to a statement made by Minister Kelly Rambukwella at the Cabinet media briefing held on Thursday.
At the Cabinet media briefing held on Thursday, it was revealed that the Cabinet approval has been granted to sign a cooperation agreement with the USA in order to secure technical assistance regarding nuclear and other radioactive material. The relevant Cabinet decision stated that the Ministry of External Affairs have been entrusted with the task of forwarding a confirmation as well as its consent in this regard to the US government. During the past few years, discussions were held continuously about nuclear power. It is the most cheapest source that one could generate electricity. However, debates arose following the tsunami in Japan. We will have extensive discussions in the future. However, these plants have not been shut down just because a tsunami triggered in Japan. According to a release issued by the US Embassy in Sri Lanka, as part of a worldwide program to properly dispose of potentially dangerous radioactive material, the United States has approached the government of Sri Lanka to offer assistance to remove 2 radioactive sources no longer in use. It noted that the US Embassy and the government of Sri Lanka have discussed this technical assistance but have not reached any agreement. The release went on to say that the proposal does not provide any assistance on nuclear technology, but would simply safely dispose the potentially dangerous radioactive material.
The Deputy Sri Lankan High Commissioner's office in Chennai states that Sri Lankans need to be cautious when visiting Tamil Nadu. Deputy Sri Lankan High Commissioner in Chennai, Vadivel Krishnamurthy, said that it is risky for Sri Lankans to travel to Tamil Nadu owing to some groups. He expressed this view commenting on the recent attack that was carried out on several Sri Lankans in Chennai.
Sri Lankans who visit Tamil Nadu need to be cautious until the situation comes to a normalcy. However, the Tamil Nadu state government has assured that necessary security measures will be deployed as soon as possible. Details of those who arrive from the airport are being taken. If they provide us with accurate information, security will be provided. However, we cannot assure about those who visit individually. Meanwhile, the Minister of External Affairs in India stated that they do not endorse the unfortunate attack that was recently carried out against a group of Sri Lankans on a pilgrimage. According to a communique released by them, 3 suspects have been arrested following an investigation that was carried out.
Campaigns to clean up the environment were carried out in several areas today as well to curb the spread of the dengue virus.
An inspection campaign was carried out in the Homagama Samanpura area this morning by visiting house to house. This was carried out with the participation of public health officers and with the involvement of the police and the army. Meanwhile, yet another cleaning and awareness campaign was carried out in the Kolonnava area. While inspecting houses, a leaflet which contains guidelines that needs to be followed to control the spread of the virus was also distributed. Legal action will be taken against those who do not adhere to these guidelines. This dengue prevention campaign was carried out in the Kiribatkode area today. This year alone, 114 individuals have died, while over 14,000 persons have contracted the dengue virus.
Well, the day's cartoon on our website www.newsfirst.lk is also about the prevailing dengue crisis. Water supply to several areas was hampered due to damage caused to the water line carrying water from Kalatuava to Dehivala.
The underground water pipe that runs under the Kottava-Pannapiti main road is used to transport water from the Kalatuava reservoir to Colombo. Western Province Assistant General Manager of the Water Supply and Drainage Board, Pathiraja Ramavikrama, said that this water line, which is an iron water pipe with a diameter of 13 inches, is 60 years old. The Assistant Manager added that this water line transports around 13 million gallons of water on a daily basis.
The high-level road is being widened and the side of the culvert was broadened. Water started flowing from underneath the culvert. I called the water board on the first. Then the Colombo office said they will inform the provincial office, but no one turned up. I heard the sound of water at around 2 in the morning. When I tried to open the door, the entire house was filling with water. The house went underwater.
The renovation work of this water line commenced this afternoon after suspending water supply in the area between Makumura and Maharagama. Officials of the Water Supply and Drainage Board took measures to replace the damaged section of the water line this afternoon. However, the Water Supply and Drainage Board's workers' union said that they initiated a trade union action as they did not receive solutions to their problems. They also warned that due to their trade union action, the water supply may be suspended in the near future.
As assistant engineers of the Water Supply and Drainage Board, we do not intend to halt the water supply as a trade union action. However, under the circumstances, there are possibilities that the water supply to be suspended. A water pipe was damaged in Kottava today. Assistant engineers have not reported to work. Therefore, there had been a delay. This is the situation today.
A drop of water is a very valuable resource for some areas at a time where water is being wasted in other areas due to various reasons. Recently, our News First cameras captured the manner in which the people of the Mahaoya area in Gonangoda village engaged in a struggle to find a single drop of water. The history of the Gonangoda village, which comes under the purview of the Mahaoya Divisional Secretariat in the Ampara district, dates back to 1935. Around 200 individuals belonging to 28 families live in the village amidst much hardships. The access road to this village, which is located at a distance of 12 kilometers from the Mahawaya, is also a difficult one. Incidentally, a distance of 4 kilometers cannot be passed by any other mode of transport other than a bicycle or a motorbike.
Once we come home, we need to apply oil to our legs as we have to walk a long distance to the road. Some days we cannot go to school as our legs start aching.
We change the clothes of our children after walking halfway, and that's how we send our children to school. There is no proper road and no water either.
These villagers who are faced with immense hardships also find it difficult to obtain water as there is only a single well available for the entire village. They have to walk several kilometers towards this spring to fulfill their water needs. Incidentally, 30 bhikkhus who are residing at the Harasgala Purana Gallen Viharasthanaya to receive their Piriven education also visit this well to fulfill their water needs.
We have been greatly inconvenienced by the droughts as well as due to not having proper roads. We are living with much hardships. The main issue is the lack of water.
විශේෂයෙන් පිරිවෙන් විහාරස්ථානයක් ගත්තයින් පස්සේ ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන් බලපාන ප්‍රධාන ගැටලුව තමයි මේ ජලය නොමැතිකම.